Okay. So basic softwares what we need. The first one we need to install the Visual Studio. Visual Studio latest version we need to install. If we are practicing purpose, we can use the Visual Studio community version. If we are working like a client project or client is providing a license to you, then you can ask the Visual Studio enterprise license or professional license that you can install in your machine. But for now, you can install a community Visual Studio community version. That's a developer version. For development purpose, we can use it. Okay. And then you need to download the plugin registration tool. Okay, plugin registration tool. And if you are already in your mission, if the .NET framework 4.6.2, if it's already available, you can use it. But for the cloud now, I think 4.7.2 is the
4.8. Currently 4.8.
okay 4.7.2 or 4.8 version you need to build. So 4.8 it will come with the Visual Studio 2012 22. Okay, but some of the projects, old projects, they have like Visual Studio 2019 and 2015. Old projects. I'm saying like in old projects, the code base, it will be in the still old framework. During the time, you might need to install the older version. See, now the trial environments is having always the latest versions, but the client environments, they might might not be having the latest version of the CRM. So there you need to use it the 4.7.2 or 4.6.2. Okay. So these are the basic softwares you need to install. Okay. And let's see how we can write a small plugin code. And while writing the code, I will explain each and everything. Okay. So as I told, right, plugin is a .NET class library. Okay. So before going to that plugin topic, I just want to give some little bit background about the .NET. So in the .NET, we can able to build different type of the applications. See, Visual Studio is a IDE, developer tool, right? Visual Studio is a developer tool. But by using this Visual Studio tool, we can write different types of the programs using the C#. So what type of applications we can build in the .NET? We can build a web applications, right? So web applications, okay, console app, okay, and web services and class libraries. We have a lot of things. Okay, so our plugin type, project type is a class library. Class library project. What is a class library? It will give the DLL file. Okay, it will give the one file. The output will come in a one file. That output file will upload to the CRM, to the within the CRM server. There we will register an event. Okay, if you go to the web application will give the all the list of lot of files. Okay, but DLL will give the single file where you can keep that. Okay, so how we can create that one, right? So we can go to the Visual Studio, open your Visual Studio. Okay. Here, create a new project. Mostly you can create a new project. Here you need to see a lot of things will be there. You need to search for class library. With the class library, you will get a .NET Core and .NET Framework. Okay, we have to go with the .NET Framework. Yeah, this is .NET Standard. This one, class library with a .NET Framework. Okay. Click on next and give the your project name. So here also you have to follow some structure. When you are creating, you have to give the project name like some standards, naming conventions. So like for example, CRM ones dot, okay, sample dot plugins. So first we'll get a company name, then project name, then this is a plugin. There will be some standard while creating the naming conventions. So then once we have here, so the .NET framework. So currently I'm taking 4.7.2. When I create a new project, so you will get a default class. Either you can delete this one or you can rename it. Okay. If you want to add a new plugin class, add new item, or you can take directly class. So the class name I'm giving. So like a account update. For example, I'm taking sample plugin. Okay, here I have created my class. So before going to that, the .NET we have a solution file. This is the Visual Studio solution file which contains the n number of the projects. This is the project. This is the solution and this is the project. For same solution, if you want to add one more project, you can able to add it. Okay. So since we don't have that requirement, so we just created a plugin project. Okay. So this one, if you want to keep it, or you can rename it this one also. Let me rename it, or we can do this one. Contact update. Okay. The best thing you have to mention like a here it's a pre or post. Okay, we have a events, right? Pre-event, post-event, and pre-validation. So it best thing we have to give like a pre or post. That will be the good idea, like a good thing to recognize easily. You can understand instead of going through all the code. Okay, this class will trigger on the pre. That's a simple standards we have to follow, right? So here in this class, the first thing, okay, the class should be public. The class should be public. Should be public. So in C Sharp, we have this one is a public access identifiers. right? In other languages also you can see public, private, internal, like protected. Okay, so public means this class can be accessed by anyone, any other classes. Private means within the project it can be accessed. And protected means in the only parent classes can be used. I mean parent projects or wherever it's inherited. Parent classes only can inherit it. So here our plugin. So I told you plugin is like a interception of the events. If we keep the private or protected, our plugin class will go and insert in between something, right? In the pipeline. So our code will go and intercept in the other thing. So if you keep the private or internal, our class will not accessible by the out of box classes. See, our plugins is going something we are keeping it in the pipeline. That pipeline should access our classes, right? మన క్లాసెస్ ని కూడా అది యాక్సెస్ చేయాలి కదా, అందుకని అది పబ్లికే ఉండాలి. సో పబ్లిక్ ఉంటే అప్పుడు మన క్లాస్ ని అవుట్ ఆఫ్ బాక్స్ క్లాసెస్ యాక్సెస్ చేసుకొని మన కోడ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ వెళ్తుంది. సో అందుకని మీకు వైల్ రిజిస్టరింగ్, if you are not keeping this one as a public, you will get an error. No plugin classes identified. Okay, it's clear. Always this should be public. And next step, okay, we need to add libraries. Okay, for our plugin, if you right click it, you can see the NuGet package manager. NuGet package manager. So all the .NET related, all the libraries, all all the Azure or anything, any libraries, mostly we will download from the NuGet package manager. The NuGet, okay, in the NuGet, all the DLLs will be stored. So for our plugin purpose, we need a Microsoft .xrm.crm.sdk DLL we need. That SDK DLL we need to add to our project. So how we can add? We need to add that NuGet package to our solution. So how we can add? When you click on this manage NuGet package, go to the browse and search for CRM core. See, this is the NuGet package we need to install. Okay, if we are writing a custom workflow, then this workflow we have to install. But plugin, this is enough for us. Okay, this one is enough. And same thing, if you are developing a console app or you are developing any integration purpose, any web API also, these are the same NuGet packages we need to install. Then only we can get a CRM related classes in our project. Those classes we can accessible. Okay. So here we need to install. Once you install, you can see what it while installing, you can see what are the projects it's going to install. So these all are dependency also will be installed. When you click on OK, accept, you can see this classes is getting added. Under references, all the libraries is getting added. And you can see your library also here, Microsoft.xrm.sdk. So this is the DLL we need it. Okay, all other dependency DLLs also it's getting added automatically. Okay. So once you add the DLLs, right, to your project, next step, you need to create a sign-in key for our project. So sign-in key, it is a unique name for your assembly. So for this project, when you build it, you will get a one code file. That's a assembly DLL. Okay. How that DLL will be identified as a unique one, right? For us, we have a Aadhaar card or PAN card, whatever it is there for unique identification. For a program also, we should have some unique name, right? That unique name will be generated with the sign-in key. So how we can create a sign-in key? Right click on project. Right click on project. Go to the properties. Here signing we have. When I click on sign in assembly, the key will be get created. So you have to go in here, click on new and make sure you will be unselect this one. We don't need to set up any password. Okay. Most of the times this key name should be our project name. So what is our project name? Dot. This is like a for best practice. I'm saying you can give whatever the name you want it. System won't stop you. Okay. And here the signature algorithm. You know the maybe if you are learn SHA algorithm and RSA algorithm, right? So it will be this algorithm by using that unique name will be generated. When you click on OK, you will get a .snk file name. .snk. This one. If you don't have this file and if you are trying to register assembly, then again you will get an error while registering. Okay. So assembly is not valid or something you will get. When you click on a build, so you have to do the build. I mean, whatever the code you return, if you want to see the output, you need to right click on the project or you can do the build or rebuild. So or you can do it from the here in the top, build solution, rebuild solution. Okay. So now we have added class and we make it a public and we added a required assemblies, CRM SDK assemblies we have added and we have created sign-in key. Next important thing for our class, we need to reference it. CRM SDK DLL we have added to our project, right? How we can reference to our project using maybe in the C you have right hash include. What it will do? It will include that assemblies, right? So here in C# we have a using is a keyword. Okay. Microsoft dot xrm dot sdk. So this will give the all our required. So if you are not reference this one, you won't get all CRM related statements. Okay, you will get errors. So you have to add this assembly. That namespace to the class. This is a namespaces we will call. Okay, for every class will have a one namespace. Within the namespace, we will have a class. Within the class, we will have a methods. It's a hierarchy. Namespace, class. Okay, class, methods. Okay, I'm not touching in detail of the .NET. Okay, whatever is required for this dynamics, that much only I'm touching. Okay, that is enough for now. Okay, as a fresher, but later we can explore more. Okay, so these are standard steps you have to remember in your mind. If you want to write a plugin, first step you have to take a project type as a class library, and then you need to include a CRM assemblies from a NuGet package. Then you need to create a sign-in key, and then we need to reference the namespace. Okay, that is clear, right? Once you have done that, we need to do the inheritance. You know, in the groups concept, we have the inheritance. So here we are inheriting the interface. iPlugin is the interface. మీకు చెప్పాను కదా నేను ఇంతకు ముందు మన ప్లగిన్ అంటే మెసేజ్ లో మనం తీసుకెళ్లి పెడతామని చెప్పాం కదా. ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ పైప్ లైన్ లో మన ప్లగిన్ క్లాస్ వెళ్ళి ఇంటర్సెప్ట్ చేస్తామన్నాం కదా. సో హౌ ఇట్ విల్ బి ఇంటర్సెప్ట్. ఓకే, సో మన ప్లగిన్ క్లాస్ వెళ్ళి అక్కడ ఎలా ఇంటర్సెప్ట్ చేస్తామంటే మన ఏం వాటర్ పైప్ లైన్ వెళ్తుంది, స్ట్రైట్ గా వెళ్తుంది. మనము మధ్యలో ఇంకా పైప్ లైన్ యాడ్ చేయాలంటే అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాము, మధ్యలో కట్ చేసి ఎల్ కానీ లేకపోతే వేస్తాం కదా. సో ఇక్కడ కూడా ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, మనం ఎట్లా స్ట్రైట్ గా వెళ్తున్న దాంట్లో మనము ఇట్లా బెండ్ ఇట్లా వచ్చి మన దాన్ని యాడ్ చేస్తున్నాము. సో స్ట్రైట్ గా వెళ్ళే పైప్ ఏంటి, ఐ ప్లగిన్. సో ఐ ప్లగిన్ కి మనం ఇన్హెరిట్ చేసుకుంటున్నాము. సో మీకు కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థమైంది కదా, బ్యాక్ అండ్ కాన్సెప్ట్. ఐ ప్లగిన్ అనేది యూజర్ సేవ్ క్లిక్ చేసిన తర్వాత వెబ్ సర్వీసెస్ ట్రిగర్ అవుతాయి. వెబ్ సర్వీసెస్ వచ్చి ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ మెసేజ్ కి ఇస్తాయి, ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ కాంటెక్స్ట్ కి ఇస్తుంది. ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ కాంటెక్స్ట్ లో ఐ ప్లగిన్ అనేది ఒక ఇంటర్ఫేస్. ఆ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ కనెక్షన్ తీసుకొచ్చి మన ప్లగిన్ కి ఇస్తున్నాము. ఓకే, మీకు క్లియర్ గా చెప్తాం. బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ లో జరిగేది మన స్ట్రైట్ గా వెళ్తుంటుంది. సో అక్కడ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ కాంటెక్స్ట్ లో ఐ ప్లగిన్ అనేది ఉంటుంది. దాన్ని తీసుకొచ్చి మన క్లాస్ కి లింక్ చేస్తున్నాము. మన క్లాస్ లోకి వచ్చిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ బ్యాక్ వెళ్తుంది. ఓకే, ఇట్లా వెళ్ళేది ఇట్లా వచ్చి ఇట్లా వెళ్తుంది, మళ్ళీ ఇట్లా వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. సో ది ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్ ఈస్ దట్ ఐ ప్లగిన్ is the interface which you need to inherit to your class. Okay, and then you need to have a classes here. Okay, public execute I service provider. This is the variable we need to give it. This is the method. So every plugin will have the starting point. Okay, in C# or anything, we have in C also we have a main method, right? In C++ we have a main method. So that is a starting point. For our plugin also, execute method is a starting method. Everything plugin first will come to the execution method. From there it will go to the child methods. Okay, the control will come to here at the runtime. From here it can be go, but ending also in this method only. Okay, so here I service provider, right? I service provider in the I plugin is interface. From there we'll get it. For I service provider also it's an interface. We are creating a object, right? So from here, from iService provider is contain of all the context. So for whatever we want to retrieve, okay, what the message you have given, what are the fields you have filled in the form, okay, what the entity you are executing, those a lot of things we will get it there. Okay, these steps is clear so far. These are standard steps. If you write thousands of plugin also, these steps won't change. Okay, these are the for if you are writing a plugin, these are all the basic steps you have to do. From here only you will write your logic. From here also you have to create a execution context. Okay, so first you need to get the context. Okay, so to get the context, I have written a sample plugin. From there I will copy it. Okay. Okay, I won't copy anything. So here to get the context, execution context, this is the one line. Okay. So what we are doing, I plugin execution context is the type. Okay. So if your guys are not understanding, then you need to by heart it. Okay, this is like a standard steps, standard lines of code. It will be okay. Only logic will change, but these methods will be there. Okay. So I plugin execution context. So execution pipeline. From the context, you can get the what is the entity, what is the attributes. It got modified or it came. All these things will be there. Okay. So here to create a context, right? You can see this is a type of the uh, typecasting. Okay, if you give like this is the typecasting. Okay, so service provider, we have in the top interface from the service provider, get service, type of the execution context. What we are expecting, execution context. Okay, so here there is another statements. We need to create a I organization service. So because we want to do the create update logics, right? To do that, we need to create a I organization service. So to get the I organization service, what we have to do, I organization service factory we have to create. First, we have to get the I organization service factory. From the service factory, we need to get the I organization service. The service factory will contain the both discovery and I organization service. So these are the standard statements. I organization service factory. Just I can give the factory equal to same kind of a statements. Factory from service provider dot get service. So type of is a typecasting. Okay. So now you got the factory. From the factory, what we have to do? I organization service. So we can give this service equal to, again we have to do the typecast. I organization service bracket. This time we have to take it from a factory. Factory dot create organization service. So here for creating I organization service, we have to pass the which user context. So from which user you are opening a I organization service. So context dot user ID means it's a whoever is logged into the CRM, right? Whoever click on save button, that user ID it will take. Because in the plugin, whatever the operations we do, with the same person only it will be there, right? Okay. So like this, we can create a I organization service. So these three lines will not change. Okay. And there is one more thing, trace service. Okay. That where we will use it, how we will use it, I will explain in next sessions. Okay. Trace service. But as of now, for basic thing, this one we can do. Okay. So next thing, we have got the context, right? In the context, we need to check some if condition. Okay. So here for this is standard way we will write it. Okay. If context dot we have to give it target. Is entity. So here sometime if you register a plugin on a like a create, update, delete, we will get an entity. If you register a plugin in associate, dissociate, you will get an entity reference. Okay, based upon your plugin on which method you are going to register. Okay, that you will be based upon that you will be keep this one as entity or entity reference. Okay, so now if you want to retrieve, right? If you want to retrieve what the user is filled on the form, once you click on a save, you want to read that one, we need to read the entity. Okay, so here entity. So we plan to register an account entity, right? Account equal to, again here the typecast as an entity. Okay. So from context, we need to read it. In the top, we have created a context, right? Here. Context dot input parameters. Again, here we need to pass a target. Target means it's always should be caps. T should be caps. Okay, target means మన ప్లగిన్ ఏ ఎంటిటీ మీద అయితే రిజిస్టర్ చేసామో ఆ ఎంటిటీ ఇక్కడికి వస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో always target should be static keyword and T always should be caps. If you give a small letter, then you will get an error. Okay, it's clear. So for now, what I will do, small plugin I will write. So till now, this is a common. Okay, what I will do, account dot attributes. సో ఇక్కడ అకౌంట్ ఎంటిటీలో అకౌంట్ ఎంటిటీ ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది కదా, మనం దీంట్లో ఉన్న అట్రిబ్యూట్స్ కి నేను స్కీమా నేమ్ ఇవ్వాలి. ఓకే, స్మాల్ లెటర్స్ ఎప్పుడు కూడా సి షార్ప్ లో వేరియబుల్స్ ఫీల్డ్స్ నేమ్స్ అన్ని స్మాల్ లెటర్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఒకవేళ సిఆర్ఎం లో క్యాప్స్ స్మాల్ చూపించినా ఇక్కడ అన్ని స్మాల్స్ ఇవ్వాలి. ఈక్వల్ టు ఓకే. సో ఐఎమ్ ఓవర్ రైడింగ్ విత్ ది test account 1. So what I'm doing, whatever user entered on the account name, I'm replacing with this name, test account 1. Okay. So here we no need to write update because we are taking from target only we are updating. Okay, and this plugin will work only on the pre-operation. If you write this same plugin in post, we need to do the update. Why? Because post means when it will trigger
After saving.
after saving.
Saving to the
After
Sorry.
saving to the database, right? So post plugin means it's already saved in database. Your target again you need to update it. So mostly this kind of a same object, same entity objects you want to modify it. Modify the entity fields data. Then it's best option you can register pre-operation and update the target. So you can avoid the one more update statement. Okay. So here we register a now small plugin. Sorry, small plugin we developed it. We can build, right click and we can build. Okay. So our plugin class is built successfully. Okay. Succeeded. Okay. Successfully. Now when you go to your project, open the folder. Okay. Go to the bin. See, when you are build debug mode, when you build it, you have to go to the build. If you are build in release mode, you have to go to the release. Where you can see that here in the top, you can see in the Visual Studio. Okay, for production, for all the production environments, it should be built in a release mode. Okay, for dev, you can build in debug mode because when we restart this DLL, we need to debug in the dev. If you build in a release and if you go attach the plugin, it won't come. Okay, in the why production environment should be in the release mode? In the production, if someone hackers or someone they are trying to debug your code, it won't go in the debugging tools. That will be easy. Okay. But most of the times we won't follow this thing. Always we'll go in a debug mode only. So now I have the assembly here in the debug mode. If you go to the here, you can see with your project name, there will be one DLL. Okay. This is the our plugin output DLL, this one. This DLL we need to upload to the our CRM. How we can do the our plugin upload by using the plugin registration tool.